gold was a stimulation to my chapter. When I met the gold only 2 years ago, I just started to think about gold. What is gold? Why gold? And when I first bought the gold, my life changed. When I make the decision and I ask for a price from a dealer, and I started to look for buying gold, my life changed. It was in 5th of November in 18, not long time ago. Just then I started to make a move. I bought a gold and my life is changed. I'm really telling you, my life is changed. Money is starting streaming into my life oftenly, not from carat bars, only from the energy of gold that I'm holding in my pocket. I'm used to go with 1 ounce in my pocket, and I bought this gold medal. My life is changed. And you know, I don't have to tell you what gold is meaning. It's from 5,000 years ago. It's always was an asset. It has value all over the history of the human being. And especially in this period of time, the coronavirus and the economic crisis that it's happening right now, and it will continue for decades. We have to prepare. We have to take back the money, and money is gold. It's a God money. And if you hear this message, and without carat bars, anything, just gold, just know what is gold and what is the meaning of gold. And I didn't introduce myself, what I am, where I'm living, but this is going to be, I don't know, a short or long meeting. So I'll give back the words to Lונדי to lead this meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Moses. Moshe, thank you very much, Moshe. Before we do a short presentation, I want you, Rico, to say some words to the people in Israel. After the presentation, we're going to talk in more depth about your journey in carat bars. But please welcome our audience now.
Well, Londie, thank you so much. Mr. Moses, thank you so much for having me on your call. First of all, it's certainly an honor to be able to talk to people across the world in Israel. And I want to say hello to the people of Israel right now. What I want you to understand is that this is a global phenomenon that we're dealing with. This is not just a company it's not just about gold. It's not just about income. It's about helping people change their lives. And when you decide to step out on faith and use God's money, and this is what we call it, gold, we call God's money, and we use it for a good purpose, it does return, to you, a good energy. Money is attracted to you. Income is attracted to you through this metal. And I'll tell you more about my story after the presentation, but definitely thank you for all who have joined from the United States and everywhere else in the world. So back to you.
I want to thank you. Rico. It's amazed me that I could do such a conference. I didn't believe in myself that I can do it. And I'm very simple person. I'm not with a social community, not in Twitter, not in Facebook, and everybody. If I did it, everybody can do it.
Everybody can do it, and that's one of the messages that I you know, I try to put out there on my YouTube channel is that, look, I'm just like you, and we can all do this together. It's really, really easy if you keep it simple and do this business the way it's supposed to be done and save as much gold as you can. All right, so I'll pass it back over to Mr. London.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Guys, we are now live on Facebook also. I hope, Lacky Rico, that you can see that. And I'm going to do a short presentation. Really, if it's too much, tell me, Rico. I don't want to keep you long because it's your and your team and your people here, but I must do it in Hebrew. So let's jump right onto it, and we'll do it quick as we can. Hang on a second. Where is the presentation? Hang on.
טוב, בינתיים אולי אני אספר איזה סיפור, אני יודע.
רגע.
המיקרופון שלי פתוח, לונדי?
כן, שומעים אותך, שומעים אותך. עד שאני אמצא את הפרזנטציה, אני לא יודע למה אני לא רואה את זה.
כמה נמצאים עכשיו בשידור?
אני לא יודע, אני עסוק עכשיו. למה אני לא מוצא את הפרזנטציה שלי? רגע. אוקיי, הנה, אוקיי. עכשיו, אוקיי. That's it. אוקיי. In Hebrew. אוקיי. חברים, ברוכים הבאים למצגת על קארת ברז. אני לונדי, מויש אליאם, ארגן פה מפגש עם אחד הגדולים של קארת ברז, ולכן אנחנו נתחיל ונעשה את זה זריז, כי אנחנו רוצים לשמוע יותר על הבן אדם. אז מי זאת קארת ברז? למה היא נמצאת? איך, כמה ולמה? ממוקמת בשטוטגרט, גרמניה, רבותיי. משרד פתוח לציבור, זה לא משהו שקיים, שבחנות ועוברים לידו. יש פה משרד, אנשים היו בו, חברה פרטית ויותר מהכל ללא חובות. הוקמה ב-2011 ונמצאת כרגע ביותר מ-140 מדינות. החברה מתמחה בייצור זהב במשקלים קטנים. אין להשיג, רבותיי, משקלים קטנים היום בעולם. תשאלו למה. למה אין משקלים? אתם רואים, אני מקווה את המצגת, כן? אוקיי. המנכ"ל, מייסד, איש החזון, הרולד סייטס, האיש שהיה מיליונר לפני תחילה של קארת ברז, ולא עשה את הדברים האלה בשביל כסף. הוא ייסד את החברה, כמו שאמרתי, 2011, הוא סנטור ברשת הכלכלית העולמית, חבר באיגוד הסחר, חבר המועצה הכלכלית, וכותב מדופלם ומרצה, כתב 2 ספרים, Think Big ו-The Future of Money. זה לא איזה מישהו, רבותיי, שהכרתם ברחוב. זה אחד האנשים שהבין, ואני אקריא את החזון שלו, כי זה הדבר הכי חשוב. החזון הוא לייצר את הזהב האיכותי בשוק, להפוך אותו זמין להמוני אנשים ישרים בעולם, לא סתם הוא אמר ישרים, במחיר שכל אחד יכול להרשות לעצמו. המטרה שלו שקארת ברז תעזור למיליוני אנשים למצוא חופש כלכלי ממערכת החוב שקיימת היום. ואם מישהו רואה מה קורה היום, בעולם, מבחינה כלכלית, ועוד לא התחלנו, זה רק קצה הקרחון, מבין כמה חופש כלכלי חשוב, וכמה חשוב לכל אחד שיהיה לו קצת זהב, אם לא הרבה, בהמשך הדרך. מה עושה קארת ברז? בשיא הפשטות, לוקחת זהב, אונקיה היום עולה בערך $1,700, לא לכל אחד יש 6,000 שקל להוציא מהכסף. מה עשתה קארת ברז? לקחה זהב, הפכה אותו למשקלים קטנים, אבל רק זהב טהור 999.9 ו-24 קראט. הזהב הייחודי בשוק, אין יותר מזה. תעודת אמינות, בין 0.1 ל-6 גרם, רבותיי. מתחילים ב-20 שקלים, 0.1. כל אחד יכול, הזהב להמונים, תזכרו את זה. זה עבר תהליך בקרה, יש פה הולוגרמה, יש תביעת DNA, הכל הכי, כמו שצריך, אחסון בחינם בחברה, לא צריך להביא מסעיות, עניינים, יגנבו כספות, מאחסנים בחברה. ההובלה של הזהב היא ליותר מ-140 מדינות על ידי פדקס. כרטיס אשראי יש לנו, אפשר לקנות בכרטיס אשראי, אפשר לעשות העברה בנקאית, ואפשר בביטקוין, רבותיי. כל אחד יכול. הזהב, אתם רואים, אני מקווה שאתם רואים את זה פה, אני מחזיק בידי עכשיו, דבר שלא ראיתם מעולם, גרם אחד של זהב. זה גרם שעולה 60 יורו פחות או יותר, הכמויות שלנו משתנות, זה יכול להיות אמצעי תשלום, תחשבו, זה יכול להיות אמצעי תשלום, כי זה נמצא במשהו שהוא נגיש. הלאה. רבותיי, אנחנו עם בית זיקוק שותף, זה LBMA, זה London Bullion Market Association. אנחנו שותפים שם, אנחנו שותף מורשה של הוותיקן שהזמינו למעלה מ-200,000 כרטיסים של גרם אחד, כן? אנחנו יותר ב-140 מדינות. שותף התשלומים שלנו זה מאסטרקארד. אני אראה לכם את כרטיס שמאסטרקארד, כן? לפה כל עמלות המצורפים מגיעים לכאן, שאני הולך לכספומט, משלם בסופר באינטרנט, יורו לכל דבר, ופדקס עושים לנו את כל המשלוחים לישראל. אני שם פה כוכבית לישראל כרגע, יש בעיות להביא את זה, אבל זה לא העניין. ואנחנו יותר מ-900,000 איש, אנחנו מאוד מאוד רוצים להגיע למיליון, מיליון אנשים, אפיליאט, שיותר ויותר אנשים יבינו מה זה קארד ברס. אבל עכשיו אני יוצא רגע ואומרים, קארד ברס זה סקאם וזה, תסתכלו פה על הלוגויים, מאסטרקארד, פדקס, היו עובדים עם סקאמרים 9 שנים, בכל 9 שנים לא היה פעם אחת שמישהו לא קיבל את הזהב שלו, או את הכסף שמגיע לו. אולי באיחור, אולי קצת היו עניינים, כמו שעכשיו בקורונה, אבל אף אחד אין לו טענה לעניין הזה.
לונדי, אתה שומע אותי?
כן.
אולי נעבור קצת לאנגלית ולדבר כל אחד מה החוויה שלו.
זה לא ארוך, תן לי קצת.
זה מתחיל להיות מתיש, אני חושב, את ההקראה הזאת. כל אחד יספר מה בשבילו, מה זה קרה.
אני אעשה את זה קצר.
איך הוא רואה מה זה קארד ברס?
טוב, אני אעשה את זה קצר. רבותיי, קארד ברס, יש עכשיו חבילות של מולטי גולד, אפשר להרוויח ממצורפים, אם אחד בא, אז יש לנו 10%, בשני בא 3%, והשלישי זה 2%. יש פה תוכנית תגמולים. אני לא אעבור סעיף, אבל יש פה חבילות, כשאתה קונה חבילות, אתה מקבל גם זהב. אני לא אעבור על כל הטבלה הזאת, אבל לכל אחד יש מחיר לכל כיס, רבותיי, וזה מאוד מאוד חשוב שאפשר לעשות גם כסף מהבית. כל התשלומים מועברים לכרטיס אשראי, כמו שאמרתי, אנחנו יכולים להרוויח ממספר דברים, גם האנשים שאנחנו מצרפים, לא חייבים לצרף, לא חייבים, זה מאוד מאוד חשוב, ואנחנו יכולים להרוויח מאנשים שעשו ספיל אובר, שצרפו אנשים מעלינו. קארד ברס עם כל כך הרבה מוצרים, שהיא בעצם בנתה לעצמה אקו-סיסטם אחד גדול. זה לא מוצר אחד, זה לא שמפו אחד, זה לא מדבקה אחת. יש פה אקו-סיסטם כלכלי אחד גדול, וזה מאוד מאוד חשוב. והכי חשוב, הכי חשוב, רבותיי, זה נורא קל להצטרף. מצטרפים בחינם ללא מחויבויות, נרשמים, פותחים חשבון, בוחרים חבילה, לא חייבים, ומתחילים לחסוך בזהב כל חודש. במקום לשים כסף אצל הילדים שלכם, בתוכנית חיסכון שלהם, שימו את זה בזהב שלהם, תוכנית חיסכון, כי הערך יישמר. אנחנו מציעים פה גם עצמאות כלכלית, גם ביטחון כלכלי, גם חשבון חינם כלקוח או כמשווק, מה שאתם רוצים, וגידור בתקופת משבר. וורן באפט אמר, If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. אוקיי? מאוד מאוד חשוב, רבותיי, ואני אומר, העתיד שלכם שווה זהב. זה הכל. תחשבו על זה, כל מי שרוצה יותר פרטים מוזמן ליצור קשר איתי או עם משה, עם כל חבר בצוות של קארד ברס, ואנחנו נראה לו את הדרך להצלחה בקארד ברס, כי עכשיו אנחנו הולכים לתת איזה פוש גדול, בגלל המצב הכלכלי, אנחנו ניתן פוש גדול, כי כל אחד ראוי שיהיה לו זהב. זהו מבחינתי. אתה רוצה לשאול אותו שאלות או שאני אשאל אותו, מויש?
את מי? את ריקו?
כן.
Hello, Rico. Welcome back.
Hey.
Why I have this picture and you can't see me?
I can't see you.
לונדי, למה יש לי רק את התמונה ולא מצלמה? כן.
Yeah, you got to start your camera, Moses.
Oh. Yeah. No. Here I am.
Let me say this. It was amazing to me to hear that presentation in a whole entirely different language. I didn't understand any of the words that you were saying, but I knew exactly what you were saying at the same time.
I'm sure you understand every word because it's in our soul, it's in our body, Karat Baz. The gold is in our blood. So, Rico, please tell us about yourself. How did you start Karat Baz?
Well, how do I start? Well, you know, I've been in the IT industry for about over 20 years, all right, as well as the entertainment industry for over 35 years. I've been doing something in music and entertainment. So I've always had an entrepreneur type of spirit about me. I've always had something that made me want to go out and earn something, you know, that I made or built. So also, you know, I'm in my mid 40s and I started having children very late in life. So I have very young children right now. And I made a decision that I was not going to work another 20 years to make sure that I could provide for my children. I knew that I had to do something different. So, you know, before my first daughter was born, I decided to start stock trading. And I wanted to become a swing trader or a day trader. And I quickly realized while I was learning, you know, how to trade, that that business wasn't for small money people with very little income. You really need a lot of capital to approach the stock market, or you need a lot of skill and information. So I chose to learn more and learn how to trade and things like that. But at the same time, when I was deciding that I needed to find something more stable for our futures, I was already looking into gold, mining stocks, ETFs, and things like that. I was learning about the paper gold. And then through my sponsor, my cousin, my first cousin actually, told me about Carrot Bars, you know, and it wasn't him calling me up and saying, "Hey, I want to tell you about this business." It was an opportunity that, you know, he saw because I was already soul searching on a way to make money work for me. Right. So I've already expressed to him that I wanted to do something with money. I wanted to make, good investments, stable investments. And then that's when he told me about Carrot Bars. So when I looked at it, you know, I spent a day or two, you know, researching and, you know, reading and information and things like that. And, you know, it just felt right. I didn't need to do extensive research. You know, it was free to start. So I just went ahead and started while I was researching, while I was learning. This is an on the job type of situation, you know, and when I first approached it, I didn't approach it in the manner that I wanted to go out and tell people and talk to people and network market at all. I approached it from the standpoint that I needed something stable for my kids 20 years from now or 15 years from now, because I understood that if my parents, if my mother and father had have bought gold in 1971 or 1973, then, you know, when I went off to college, you know, I would have had a better opportunity. Instead, I went to college, had to take out loans, government loans, became indebted to the system to get an education. Now I got my education. I finished. I got a degree in business from Virginia State University, right there. So shout out to all my college and HBCUs out there. But it took me 20 years to pay back that loan to get my education. I did it, but I rather had an option to not have to pay a loan if my parents maybe had invested in gold. But you don't know what you don't know unless somebody comes along and tries to explain it to you. And that's what we're doing here. So from the standpoint of approaching the business from a business side, I didn't have that idea at first. I just wanted to start owning physical gold. But the more I understood what was going on with Carrot Bars, the company, the more research I did and found that you know, this company is you know, overcoming many things to bring to you what we have today. We've overcome so many obstacles to get you a digital currency, a digital KBC. The company is still, you know, blowing through obstacles right now today when it comes to what we're doing in the regulated market and things of those nature. So for me, it was simple, you know, save a lot of gold, you know, tell people that, especially the people that I love and care about, because I know that gold is good for you. Why wouldn't I go out and tell my brother and sister and cousins and other family members about saving in gold? So I chose to do that. And then the more I did that, the more that I started believing in the system and believing in what Mr. Harold Sykes built. He built a system. You know, when you decide to do the business part of Carrot Bars, The system is your record keeper. The system tracks your referrals. The system keeps track of your gold purchases in your online account. The system does everything for you, even to the point of having just a simple conversation with someone. There's a system to that. For the people that out there that don't believe that they can talk to people about an opportunity, that we can teach that to you. That's learnable. And that's what we do. So once again, shout out to all the wealth builders out there worldwide, all the Gold Standard Group members that have joined. If you are listening right now and you haven't made a decision on what you want to do, then I certainly want to say that it's changed my life. For people that may even, have come across my YouTube channel, I simply have built many streams of income, I might say, from a simple message of saving in gold and adopting this new technology that we have called blockchain, and simply being willing enough to go out and tell somebody about all these new things that you're learning and earn income doing that. It's a 3 steps. It's really, really simple. And when you can break through of that mindset that you can't do something, then you'll do it. It's very easy. Many people are doing it. And I'm so proud of you, Mr. Moses, for getting over that fear of coordinating a meeting like this, because that's the first step. And that's one of the things that
I have nothing to fear. I have only my maximum 10 years. What I fear from?
Well, yeah, and that's the point. You don't have anything to fear. Fear is what is stopping us from being successful.
If not now, ever.
Right. If not now, ever. You got to do it now. Don't wait till later. Don't let what you don't know stop you from taking part of, I think, one of the greatest opportunities that I've seen ever when it comes to a company and what they're doing for people, for humanity, what Mr. Harold Seitz is doing. So thank you, Harold Seitz. Thank you, Carrot Bars International. And I'll pass it back to you, Mr. Moses, Mr. Lונדי.
And I want to share with you my story with Carrot Bars and gold at all. For me, I was hated this color. For me, I connected it to a gang and people that were in this gourmet, and everything shows there's no, not like you. You are very humble. But 2 years ago, I opened an account saving in the bank for 18 years. I put the money for 18 years. I didn't touch it. It was like in dollars. Then it was I don't know. It was 55,000 shekels. And after 18 years, they just double it. They gave me 110,000 shekels and reduced 7,000 because it's a profit from, business in the stocks. They took 7,000. So I had in my hand about $100,000 after 18 years. So I thought to myself, if I put it in that time, in 2001, I put this $55,000, what could I earn? It was 5 times. I could have 250,000 shekels. Not double, 5 times. From that moment, I took all my money from the bank, everything. I just live there for, billing. No money in the bank, and I started to be interested in gold. And I didn't know about Carrot Bars. Carrot Bars was a dream. I didn't know. It was like in the moon. And I think 1.5 years ago, I made my first step to do something. I bought a certain amount of ounce of gold from the 100,000 that they gave me, this fucking bank. They gave me 100. With this money, I bought everything gold with it. you know, and I didn't know about Carrot. And Lונדי was, I was following him before, half a year ago, and he tried to make a lot of things how to earn money in the internet. And most of the time he didn't succeed. Let's say the truth. But I learned from him about Bitcoin and coins and what is crypto. And I opened a wallet. I made a transaction. I started to recognize this world, you know? And I left him for half a year. And when I was interested in gold, you know, God led me back to London. And he started that time about Carrot. He was fanatic about Carrot. The same moment in this program that I saw him, I bought my first package, and I became a VIP in the company. Because I saw this, if outside didn't invite this or make this company, somebody else must do this. Somebody else should do this. And I, you know, I was like a real mountain, you know. In the beginning, I thought it's 50-50 in the casino. I put order in the red or in the black. I didn't know what's going to happen to my money. And in the time, I invest more and more. It didn't end in the 3,000 euros. But in a thought that this is money that I can allow myself. I believe in this vision. It's a vision. We are building a vision. It's a dream of one man, and 1 million people already. 1 million people are affiliated or dealing with this company. When we were past the million, the first million, then it becomes viral. That's a phenomenon that happened in most of the companies, the exits. When you pass the million registered, then it becomes a viral, exponential. And I believe in Carrot. And in June, I don't know, we can talk about the news that we heard from the company. There's a lot of news, very, very happy news. You know what? The last Zoom the company made, it was full of happy news. Like, you know, for me, who bought a laptop, he will get 250 euro back. Thank you, company.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I didn't ask for
it. Does. And that's how the company does. You know, they're so giving. They've been giving back. You know, just more recently, they, you know, all those points that, you know, that people accumulated for buying those multi-packages and selling those multi-packages, Herald Sites turned them into cash and gave you cash for those points. And man, it's a testament, you know, repeatedly that Mr. Herald Sites, he gives a lot. You know, he gives away a lot. And all you got to do is want for yourself, and you can build for yourself.
I want to say something else. You know, I told you I was in a railway in this company. And I followed this company, I think, about more than 1 year with London and everything. Yeah? And I was like this. But I can tell you surely now I'm surely, this company is not going to be a scam or to live with the money. This company exists from 2011. And Herald Side built it step by step. And Joseph got with his millions of euro, like 800 millions of euro to the data. They are serious people. They don't come to make a joke or a scam, you know? So this company is gonna be the future company. You know, once Herald Side says, like everybody knows what is Coca-Cola. Everybody will know what is Carlsbad. And better do it now. Now do it. You know, the KBC is when it was issued. Less than what it issued. Go buy KBC. Buy gold. Buy cash gold.
Okay, Moish, let me stop you a little bit, Moish. Let me stop you. We came to hear. I want to just couple of words before I bring it back to you, Rico. I want to show you what the gold has done in the last 20 years. Look at this. Do you see this chart?
Yeah, we see it. We see it.
Okay. From 2000 to 2020, it's 425%, gentlemen. Everything is under the gold. The gold is the most successful investment. And I'm not an advice, and I'm not an accountant. I don't give you any advice. Everything you hear, you're going to do by your own decision. And I want to share with you another chart. Look at this. This is the most important chart because this is the US dollar purchasing power as measured by gold. Since 2000, look what I've done, the purchasing power in your hands. The dollars that you keep in your hand, the notes that are not backed with nothing, are losing their purchasing power, as gold is more appreciating asset. You have to understand that. So the only thing you have to do is to decide whether you're in or out. And if you're in, go with all the passion that you can, because you're doing for your family, for your children, for your grandchildren. You're not doing only for yourself. You are just planting the seeds for the becoming good future for your family. Okay, back to you, Rico. I want to ask you, how do you dealing with all the people that said that Carlsbad is not what is they are saying, and there's a lot of problem? What do you tell all these people?
You know, that's a great question. That's a really great question. And I got a really easy answer to it. And I don't really say anything. I just show them. I just show it to them. I just show it to them, and I explain to them that this is cash gold. All right. And then I explain to them what cash gold means. This paper here is what we are used to. We are used to carrying paper. All right. So Caribars came along and built a product that we are familiar with. And the reason they did that, because cash gold is the gold that is to be spent and bartered with. It puts the power back in our hands, because he who owns gold owns real money. We all heard that before, right? So if you believe that, then now you have an escape from the traditional system, which is failing right now. You know, most countries are printing up currency to an unlimited amount. So that chart that you showed, Mr. Londey, about the purchasing power of paper versus gold that has gone down like that look like that, that's because the paper that you hold in your pocket is worth less than it is related to gold, which is daily going up. It's worth this purchasing power. It maintains its purchasing power and actually grows its purchasing power. So do you want to be the one holding all the cash when the system collapses, or if the system collapses? And by all means, I don't want the system to collapse, because I know what that's going to mean for many people that have not prepared themselves for it. It's going to be tough for a lot of people, and this is a people business, and we care about people. So we don't hope for the crash. All we're doing is letting you know that you should probably prepare for it, because the system is showing signs of weakness right now, and that's absolutely right. The gold, it's about the gold, and it's not about the love of gold. It's about what we can do with the gold. It's about protecting our own wealth for generations using the gold, because the gold isn't going anywhere. it was here long before human beings. It's going to be here long after we're gone. We cannot destroy it. We can't make any more of it. Your government can't print any more of it. So that's why it's important for us to have. But before I go on, because I see some familiar names on our participant list, I want to say hello to Mr. Eric Rains. How you doing, Mr. Eric? I see you over there. Thank you for joining. Everyone from the United States that have joined this meeting, man, I certainly appreciate you because what we are building together, Karatbars International, globally, is a global family of people that believe in the stability of gold bullion, and also Mr. Harold Sykes' vision of bringing and making gold available to everybody. No matter where you're from, if your country will allow a gold delivery, Karatbars will deliver that gold to that country via FedEx, which is the international delivery partner. If you live in a country that you can't take a gold delivery, we do offer online storage. So, you know, there are options there. You definitely want to get to the closest Karatbars person that you can find right now. Maybe that person who's been calling you, sending you emails or text messages, trying to get you in on a meeting, you know, trying to get you to listen to this information. You need to go back and talk to them and start your free account today so you can have access to that.
That, you know.
Or that.
You know, I could tell stories about, you know, a golden egg, but I want to talk about a real gold, you know, people, real gold that will lead you for freedom. Freedom, a real freedom. Are you think in this time, with all they are planning for us, digital dollars and all this, are you going to stimulation after stimulation and spreading money all over the people? You know, you must own gold. You must own gold and get in now. Now it's the price before it got to the rocket. You always said, "Oh, it's too expensive. It's 280. It's 180. Buy me in 180. You won't get it." If you want to have it in your hand, you have to pay 220, 2,200 if you want to have it. And you have a company that can give you any weight you want. Small domination.
That's right. That's right.
If you don't want to build business, don't build business. Just if you want to have your save it in gold, not in paper.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I wanted to tell. I want to thank Rico of everything, and this is a big family. Karatbars is a big family for me, and you gave me all the hands that you could to have this meeting, and I'm in your Patreon too. Yes. I'm your sponsor in Patreon, and I advise people join this man. This man has a leadership, and he can take us just tied to his tail. He's gonna go to the rocket. So join to his tail, join the Patreon, and support the company.
Before Rico, you proceed, I want to ask other people if you got questions, the Hebrew one and from United States, please put your question on the chat and we can answer. Rico, do you see the question? Please proceed.
Let me pull up the chat window. But look, I want to say something. Really quick. I want to say something really quick because I want everyone to understand that the leaders in Karatbars, the leaders that's on the ground making the things really happen, that's doing these meetings every day, that's spreading the information every day, those are the people that you really want to pay attention to. Ty Best, shout out Ty Best, shout out Michael Delco, Nita Nako, Sherlane Goldberg, United States teams.
Tammy Morrison.
Yes, Tammy Morrison, of course. Look, you know, these are people that are changing people's lives. And, you know, it's really not, difficult to get swept up in it all. When you see people that are quitting their jobs, that are firing their bosses, that are walking away free from doing something that they don't want to do, that's powerful. And that's what, I hope to be a part of and hope motivate people to do is, take back their time and their freedom and leverage with gold. So I'll pass it back over to Mr. London.
I don't want to say something wrong here, but Rico, do you have this?
I don't have a K1 phone. I'm waiting on the K2. I don't have a K1.
I'm waiting also. I'm waiting for 4 phones and 1 laptop. I'm waiting.
Okay. So all the Israeli team here that's saying, "Where's the phone? Where's the phone?" Look, Lacky Rico, haven't got his phone yet, and I'm sure he bought it earlier than us. So be patient. Step by step, the company will do whatever they can to bring us all they promise, because Herald size is under promise and over deliver. Always remember that. So I want to, Mr. Rico, where can somebody's asking, where can I get the cash gold? The cash gold you can get on your back office. You can order it. You cannot buy with the cash gold yet physically, but if you buy cash gold, you can decide if it's digital or if it's physical. If you keep it digital, you can then transfer it to Bitcoin, or you transfer it to your own currency. You can do it whatever you can. Yes, Rico.
Yeah. So also I wanted to talk about the other part of that question where it says who will accept it for food or for something else. Well, that's a great question, because hopefully that's where we're going to be in the future, where we can go anywhere and use the cash gold to pay for goods and services. Part of what we are doing is implementing that system for businesses who are part of the K exchange. That means they can accept Karat Bars Gold. So if you go to a business that has that in their window, then you could spend that, or you can use the app. We have an app called Karat Pay. You can download this app to your iPhone or your Android device, and then you can transfer electronically. So, for example, I have a business here in the United States. Most of you know that I have a studio. Well, I just shut it down, but I'm still in business. But I accept cash gold for a business. So if you want to pay for my services, I will accept gold. And when you become a Karat Bars affiliate, you can accept gold as well. If you want to work for that gold instead of exchanging your paper for it, then that's an option. Again, there's so many different ways that you can use the tools and systems that Herald Sites brought ahead. So we hope to be able to, in the future, to go many places and be able to use cash gold as our currency.
That's right. And let me do something special here. This is an Israeli guy that's asking I won't call it a bad question, but I want to pass it out to you, Rico, okay? If you allow me. It's a tough one, okay? What about the promise of 100 KBC to 1 gram? What happened to this? How can I trust a company that has don't keep her promise?
And that's a fair question. I don't feel like the company didn't keep their promise because personally, I exchanged quite a few QR codes for at 100 KBCs for a gram. Now, I haven't collected the gold yet. That's because there's not a ATM or a CEM machine close by me that has gold in it. But what I know is that the company has honored those exchanges. So I've done my exchanges. We were able to do exchanges from July all the way up through December. So there was a whole 6 months where you could have used your KBC for 100 KBC for a gram. Now, with that said, it was always part of the plan to do something different. After a certain amount of time, the company announced that it would be something with 75 KBC for a gram of gold. Well, what they did was they changed the promotion a little bit, and now we can use 75 KBC to mine gold on Karatbit, which means is you can use 75 KBC per week. All right, this is a weekly thing that you could turn the service on, and when things happen in your network, you could actually earn or mine more than a gram of gold if you have been growing your business. Now, many people don't like that idea anymore because people didn't want to work their business and they don't have a lot of activity in their network, you know, but we all make our own choices. And Harold Seitz put a program in place, a promotion, by the way. It was nothing that Harold Seitz owes anybody. All right. He put a promotion in place for the KBC coin, in which we are now on a new promotion, in which there will be another promotion later on down the line. So if you want to take advantage of Carrot Bit and the gold miner status right now using 75 KBC coin per week, then use it. You know, I would say to those people, don't complain 6 months from now when now there's a new promotion and you missed out on the, you know, that promotion plus the 100 KBC promotion. So I was in Las Vegas. I was able to exchange physically 100 KBC for a gram of gold. I did, you know, some of the gold in that stack of cash gold came from my exchange in KBC. Someone else also said they have 42 QR codes that I'm supposed to have in case gold instead. So there's a lot of people with QR codes, and the company has said that they will honor all the QR codes. That hasn't changed. Harold Seitz is a man of his word. He will keep his word. If you can get to Germany, in which hopefully we can soon travel, then you could go get your gold directly from headquarters. You know, if not, we are standing up our CEM network right now. And then there will be a machine that you can get to in the future. But I just hopefully, you know, for the people that follow my team and my group and things like that, I just want everybody just to be patient. And we've communicated that this is something that hasn't been done before. We are standing up something that hasn't been done before. All right, so it's going to take a little bit of time, and I certainly appreciate what Harold Seitz and Carrot is doing.
Good answer. Thank you, Rico. I'm also want to add, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to understand, everybody here. This is a solid company that came to this world to build something from scratch. It wasn't here before. So we start to build the foundation. The foundation has to be the best one in the world because we want to be big and big and big. And sometimes if you've done any business, any kind of business, sometimes there are changes in plan because you adjust your company to survive in certain circumstances. You don't know everything. Like happened just right now with the Corona thing. We didn't know that. So the phone are delayed. What can cargoes do about the Corona? Make another ship or I don't know. You have to understand, this is a long term. You have to be patient. That's how it happened with our nodes. I don't know if you know, Rico. The past 2 months, we didn't get the node payments. And the first thing they can do, they put us 2 payments for that 2 months. So they deliver. It's happened. There will be a delay. There will be some difficulties. If you don't understand that, don't come close to our business. Don't get to any business because that's what's happening. Okay? You can proceed. Another English question if you want.
And you know, and everybody is entitled to feel the way they want to feel, and that's, you know, that's okay. I'm not here to try to convince anybody of anything. I'm not here. None of us are here trying to, you know, force anyone into a decision. All we're doing is presenting to you an option, and we feel it's a really good option to do several things, which is primarily saving your wealth in gold, and then, you know, telling other people earning income while you sleep. Like Mr. Warren Buffett said, you earn income while you sleep. Everything else is on top. The K1 phone, the blockchain, the KBC coin, all these other digital things. It's really not the crux of it. Carrot is e-commerce company. They deliver gold in small transaction-friendly denominations. What we are building on top of blockchain is going to change. It's going to evolve because it's all new. You know, the white paper is going to evolve. The project is going to evolve. It's going to look different next year than what it looks like today. So hopefully you are ready to evolve. You are ready to take on challenges, and do something that has never been done before. So I'm not gonna try to persuade you to think anything different. It's not really important to me. I've done what I needed to do for my family. I've leveraged the business. I have tons of the cryptocurrencies, and that's fine for me. If you choose to do other and believe in other things, then that's for you. And I love you still. But someone else has a question from. Go ahead and type your question in the chat window. I didn't want to mispronounce your name, Mr. GG. Okay, he typed a question. I have a question, please. I have KBC on Trezor and Me Wallet, but can't get out. So you have KBC on your Trezor and in your Me Wallet. Those are hardware wallets. I'm not. My Ether wallet is an online wallet. If you don't have your private keys to either one of those wallets, it's going to be pretty impossible to get your coins out of that wallet. So you really need to know where your private keys are and have access to your private keys. Unfortunately, no one in the world is going to be able to help you if you don't have your private keys, because that's the way blockchain works. That's the way cryptocurrency works and wallets work. It's there. It's that way. So you are the only one that can control your assets, because the new model, it doesn't involve a bank or a third party in the middle to manage your assets for you. So what I want to say to anyone out there right now that's in cryptocurrency, you better learn how to use your wallets, learn how to transfer and take security of your assets. So you do have the key. You have your private key, but you can't get out.
Is this Israeli or one of your team?
I'm not sure. But one thing for certain, if you're using
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
מי זה?
כן, זה אני, נתן. Hi, Rico. My name is Nathan. I'm with the London team.
Hello.
Okay, I'm following you on YouTube. It's a nice videos. You're a good leader.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So
I have a question. I have a Trezor wallet, yes?
נתן, עכשיו הוא ענה לך. אם יש לך את הפרייבט קי, אין בעיה להוציא את זה.
Yes, but when I go on my Ether wallet, it doesn't show KBC over there.
I know what your problem is.
You have to add it. Let's talk tomorrow, Nathan. Let's talk tomorrow, and I'll show you exactly how you do it. You have to add it to my Ether wallet so they can recognize it, and then you see your number. Don't worry.
No, I know how to add it. I did it a few times, but lately it doesn't show. So I thought maybe the KBC, KBC, they're not working with them anymore, with my Ether wallet.
No. Don't worry. Talk to me.
Okay,
Call me tomorrow. I promise to help you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone from the Israeli team, Elad, Lior, anyone can ask any question he wants. And I suggest let's leave the negativity. We came here to be happy. We came to do Carrot Buzz. The most important company in the world now that people can get free. לחיים, מויש. אוקיי, אלעד, אתה רוצה להגיד משהו, או שהוא כבר לא פה?
אני רוצה להגיד משהו.
מי זה אני?
ליאור, הנגטיבי.
יש לנו גם נגטיבים בקבוצה.
Okay, I'm going to say something in Hebrew, and then I will try to translate to English, okay? אוקיי, אז קודם כל, לונדי, דיברת על זה שאתה לא מקבל במשך חודשיים את הסופרנוטס.
כן.
אני לא מבין איך אתה יכול להיות כל כך נאיבי. אתה הבאת להם 3 מיליון מטבעות,
רגע.
הם לא מסוגלים להחזיר לך עכשיו 20 מטבעות בחודש?
כמה?
איפה כל המטבעות האלה?
רגע, ליאור, אולי לא הסברתי את עצמי באנגלית טוב, אבל קיבלנו את התשלום של החודשיים.
אוקיי, זה לא נשמע ככה.
אני קיבלתי.
כולם קיבלו, אני חילקתי לכולם.
בזמן.
אוקיי, אז זה היה נשמע כאילו לא קיבלתם במשך חודשיים את התשלומים.
תראה, הם עבדו על הקארט ביט, they was working...
אבל למה אתה עושה את זה בוובינר הבינלאומי כזה, שואל שאלות אישיות?
מויש, אני משתיק אותך. ליאור, אתה בסדר באנגלית שאני אדבר?
כן, כן.
Okay, I'm just saying that Leo asking about the supernote payment, there was a delay because they were working about changing all the addresses in Carrotbit because of they stole our coins with this particular address. So they change address, they change the structure, and then they open it again. So there was a delay for 2 months from the supernote, but after 10 days, they gave us all the payment, the 2-month payment in one delivery, the 2 months, and everybody's got his supernote payment. Don't worry. That's what I'm saying. There could be a delay. Yeah, not everything is perfect. Now, your next question, Leo.
Ask one.
Hang on, Leo. אני לא שומע את ליאור.
אני פה, בסדר, I got your answer.
Okay.
It was misunderstood.
Okay.
Can I ask one?
Yeah, Gal, you can ask, please.
Yeah, it's still about the QR codes.
Okay.
Sorry about it. Like I start with card bars since the beginning, I think, before they opened the market and everything. So I was pretty happy in the beginning. But then all the QR code stuff got involved, and I have like 42 QR codes. And in December, I tried to reach, before the corona, before everything, I tried to reach the company, and like nobody answered. And all the people that get those cash gold, like I really want it. Yeah, don't misunderstand me. All the people that have those cash gold were traveling to Vegas or to, I don't remember where else they have like your meeting or stuff like this. But you get it straight from when we're a meeting. So there is no like ATM machines or something.
Oh,
if you tell me,
I'm sorry.
wait, hold on, London.
Okay,
if you can tell me where I can find an ATM machine, tomorrow I fly there, tomorrow. But with the company, you must like a book for meeting and tell them exactly how much QR code and everything. And still, I did all that and nobody answered.
Have a good luck if you want to fly. I want to fly.
I don't care to fly.
Honolulu.
I'm still young and pretty.
But I can't fly now.
Hey, Gal.
There is one. There is a CEM in Honolulu. Honolulu.
Okay.
Hey, so can I say this? I just want to let you know that I'm in the same boat you are. I have about 35 QR codes myself that I'm just waiting. I'm just patiently waiting for a machine to come near my city. I know that there's one in Maryland. But every time the gold it gets loaded, there's people waiting to cash out their gold. You know what I'm saying? So I was fine. I was going to travel to Germany myself. I was going to do the same thing, fly to Germany. I used to live in Germany, so I'm happy with going to Germany, take my wife on a vacation, and go pick up. It's only about $5 or $6 grand worth of gold, but just to go and have the experience and to be able to exchange the QR codes. Again, people are going to feel differently. I just personally feel like we're going to get there where it's going to be easier to exchange those QR codes. The company is going to honor the QR code. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents.
Okay. Gal, I want to add to this.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Rico. I saw in my own eyes, people are taking the QR codes in Madrid, taking the cash gold out of the machine. And what happened after 5 or 10 minutes, there's not any cash gold in the machine anymore. Everybody wants. So that's what happened. But I know, I understand your frustration, and I really understand because I'm in your position. But let me assure you, okay? And once you understand where you are, in which company you are, you have you start to be more patient. don't worry. I promise you, this all your QR code will going to be respected by Cardbus. Don't worry. It will take another month. And now this is the time. The next few weeks are so important to the company because all the gold are going to the blockchain. And from that point, when everything is working out, the delivery, the execution of the QR code, everything is going to be more easy, more, you can go to Germany. And if you have problem to go to Germany, tell me. I'm talking to the company. I used to talk to the company every day. They were answering. They were very nice to me. So I will help you with this. Let's do it our mission. I'll help you. Don't worry about that, really. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This is my mission, to give you all your QR code. But let me ask you one question. Are you saving in gold every month?
Me?
No, Rico. Gal.
Oh, I got plenty.
I'm saving in other method of saving, not in gold.
That's what I'm talking about. Because
but I'm saving 8% of my money. I get guarantee 8%. The money I put in saving, 8%. If you want to hear about it, we can talk about it.
Everybody should do whatever they want, really. But if you know what gold is, and if you believe in Cardbus and their mission, it's very important that you save in gold, because you not only you take your wealth and it's come bigger, you also showing your trust in the company. And if you trust the company, believe me, things will come very easy, very good, very wealthy. Okay?
I think this June is going to be something to look forward to, because with Carrot Pay going on to the blockchain, Unival's becoming a stable coin, and they're just flipping on a switch to a lot of parts of the ecosystem. You know, we're just in the beginning. We're still really on the ground floor. Even though the KBC coin has been out there over a year, we've been trading it under speculation on what it's going to do and how it's going to be and these things. I mean, it's just like every other coin out there. Every coin pretty much is speculative right now. You know, Bitcoin, people might want to argue that, but Bitcoin is still being tested right now, right? One of the biggest tests in Bitcoin is happening right now with the instability of the financial markets globally. So we're going to see how this pans out for Bitcoin, but the opportunity in KBC coin, to me, is just tremendous to get it right now for under a half a cent right now. It's less than it was when we, from the ICO.
Right.
And to understand what it's going to do in our ecosystem, it's going to be what all the fees are going to settle. Whatever you're using, the K1 phone or the WIM or the ATM network or the Carrot-Bit exchange or the K merchant platform, all the fees that are generated are settled in KBC. So, I understand what Mr. Harrell-Sykes is doing. The KBC should, the demand for it should go up. And just to have a stable coin, the UNV, the Unival, whenever you want to lock in your profit or your gains from your trading activity, you can lock it in Unival, stable. Univals are already backed by gold. One Unival is 1/10 of a gram of gold. That's already established. And to have the Carrot Pay system on the blockchain, so the world will now be able to see the transactions that are going on in Carrot Pay. People are already using Carrot Pay right now to move gold back and forth between us and businesses. And I'm looking forward to June. I don't want to overhype it because I don't want to, people get their expectations out of line, but I want to keep a clear expectation that we are doing something that has been done before. We'll keep saying that because that's the truth. We're blazing trails. So I'm looking towards June. I think Mr. Moses has something.
Yeah, sure. It was supposed to be my party with the beginning of my new way in the internet. I couldn't, I didn't know how to make this Zoom. So I used Londy's service, and he did it perfect. He did it perfect. I hope next time, you know, it will be my broadcasting, and I'll take care of this meeting. You know, the company will call a gold mine. You know, I already had a perfume for this. You know, gold mine going to be my internet site
Website.
that I'm going to talk English. Yeah, I'll do the hardest way. I try to speak to the language people. You know, there's a lot of Israeli understand English, and I'm going to show the world what I think of gold, what is gold to me, what gold does to me, what is the history of gold, what is gold in the Judaism and all the humanity history. And if somebody wants to listen, what is my opinion and what I'm doing in gold and why it makes me rich, I will invite to my new channel. It's called goldmine.com. It's not built yet. I have only the name of the site. I will call it.
I will help you, Moses, to do the site, and we'll do. And I'm sure that Rico will also help you. We hear from you. We hear for every other member in our team. And I see Nicole raise her hand. Nicole, you want to say something?
Yes. How are you, everybody? This is Nicole Knox from the United States. Amazing call. I enjoyed this call. I love getting on any team's call. We're all one big team, no matter where we are. And this was an amazing, amazing call. I wanted to address the gentleman or make a statement to y'all about what the gentleman was saying about the QR codes. If one of you have a way to reach out to either Miss Tammy Morrison or Mr. Michael Delco and express that there are several people that are wondering, is there going to be another solution as far as the QR codes, getting them redeemed other than going to Germany, especially with us not knowing when we'll be able to travel. They may be able to, through the Telegraph group or on one of their calls with corporate, bring that up. Sometimes when you bring certain things up to them, Mr. Hurl Sykes, if they can figure out a way, they will figure out a way. He has never let us down. I've been with this company for 3 years now, and no matter what it's been, he may have to change what he do, but it usually comes out in the better for the affiliates. So just like they said, hold on, keep the faith, and know that Karatbars International and Mr. Harold Constantine Sykes is gonna make it happen. That's all I wanted to say, yo. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Knox. Thank you. Hey, look, thank you for getting on this meeting too and representing the U.S., man. And one of the things that I've always strive to do with all the messages that I put out there is for people to understand this is a real thing, a real global phenomenon happening right now with gold bullion and Karatbars International and the community that we are building across borders. All right, this is a business that you don't have to run just in your city. You can run this business from your home globally, right? And we're globally connected. So I certainly appreciate everyone on this call tonight. And, you know, if you ever want to reach me, my information is right there. You can play this video back and my information is right there. You could get in touch with me. And look, I'm going to give it back. I think I've said enough. I just want to, again, just express my thanks for inviting me on this call.
לונדי, אם תוכל לתת לי את מילות הסיום, כי אני רוצה... זה בעצם הבנייה של העסק שלי. העסק שלי בעצם, אני בונה אותו היום.
מויש, רגע, יש שאלה פה לחן. Last question, please, חן.
שלום לכולם.
היי.
שלום לכולם.
אהלן.
רציתי לשאול את ריקו לגבי היוניבל. הוא הולך להיות מטבע יציב של החברה כמו ה-BUSD של בייננס למשל? הבנתי.
Okay, Rico, Chen is asking, what kind of a coin is the Unival going to be? Is it going to be a stable coin?
Yes, it will be a stable coin. Yes, that's already gold backed, and that's what people need to understand. Univals have been around for several years now. We already use univals. These are 6 of them right here in that note. That's 6 univals in that note. The univals represent the physical and the electronic, and yes, it will be the stable coin.
בסדר, חן?
בסדר גמור, תודה רבה.
מעולה. And now...
כמה יוניבל יהיה שווה?
מה?
כמה יוניבל יהיה שווה?
0.1 גרם, זה by default, זה כבר עכשיו. יוניבל 0.1 גרם.
אוקיי.
Okay, and finally, let's wrap this call by last word from Moish, okay? יאללה, מויש, דבר.
Hello, Rico. You know, I really appreciate, this is really a party day for me. You know, tomorrow, the 3rd of May, people in Israel are starting to return to normally, normally.
Right.
So let's go. I wanted to make party and to have a toast, you know, for my new business. I'm going to open, this is the day that I'm open my business. And good luck, Gold Mine, Eliam Gold, and I just call my wife and we will open the bottle. I can't share it with you, but you can imagine you will hear the noise.
We know the taste, we know.
You know the taste.
Also,
yeah, it's all the same.
Everybody here that came to the call from the United States, from Israel, thank you very much for your time. And thank you all.
היא תיכנס פה ותראה לכם את עצמה. זאת אשתי, שותפתי לחיים.
שלום.
לחיים, ובהצלחה על העסק החדש. Good luck for the new business. Good luck for Carabas International. Good luck, Carabas Israel.
Hello.
Thank you, everybody.
Celebration.
I hope we will survive this corona. I wish you all the best and stay healthy in your mind and in your soul and in your body. We love you all. London.
Next time in your meeting, I want you, this is the surprise of this Zoom conference. You know, I wanted to pay you in gold. Next time in your, Rico, I want to pay you in gold in, how much is 1 gram? 10 univals.
Yeah, 10 univals.
So I will move, in the next meeting, I will move you to your account, and we show the people how I move you 10 univals. And I want to thank you. That's my payment for you. It's a tip or whatever you want to call it. It's for me to you, man.
Okay, guys. See you around.
Thank you very much, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care.